you ever been curious about what the 1926 SAT looked like? If so, in this video, I'm going to give you guys a pop quiz from questions that appeared on the 1926 SAT. I've scored perfectly on the SAT as an adult, but that definitely was not in 1926. So I'm gonna join in with you guys and see how I do on these questions. If you're looking to up your score on the actual current versions of the SAT or the ACT, I have an online prep course called The Best SAT Prep Course Ever and another online prep course called The Best ACT Prep Course Ever. Those are available at SupertutorTV.com. We also have on our social media channels, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. In the next month or so, we're gonna be doing a few contests, different contests on each social channel, and we will be giving away copies of our books. So if you'd like to enter to win a copy of one of those books, make sure that you're plugged into those social channels. Cool! 1926 SAT. So back in 1926, an organization called the College Board came up with a test called the SAT to test students and their critical thinking abilities. And now millions of children rejoice at the opportunity to take this wonderful standardized test to qualify for college. I'm gonna kind of read through the question with you guys. Then we're gonna give you some like suspenseful music during which you can try to solve the problem yourself. And then I'm gonna talk through it and we'll see if I can figure it out or not. 33 definitions are given below. So we're not going to do all 33 of them. I think we've only got like a couple here that we're going to go through. And we've got to match up our vocabulary with our definitions. So let's jump into this. A quantity of fixed value in a mathematical calculation is known as a constant. Some of you are like, didn't remember that one. So I'm going to look for constant. And there's constant. And so then I would write a 17 right there. Okay, cool. Let's look at the next one. The blank is the 1,440th part of a day. Ooh, this is fun. All right, so here's how I'm gonna figure this one out. The 24th part of a day would be like an hour, right? And then the 24 times 60th would be like a minute. So if I do that, that's like 240 times 6. What's that? 24, and then this is 0, and then 12. Oh yeah, look at that, 1440. Cool. So when I do 24 times 60, and I do my mathematical calculations, I get 1,440. So this would be a minute. And I'm sure they have second. I'm sure they're like trying to get us here. Minute. So this is gonna be 20. And I'll just look, yeah, ooh, look, there's seconds. They're totally trying to get us. Gotta do the math. But how is vocabulary math? Apparently there's lots of overlap on this SAT. 25, is the color seen when sunlight is almost completely absorbed? So this is harder. I feel like this is like a fun fact from Bill Nye the Science Guy or something that like, that apparently will help me in my collegiate career. The real SAT is not like this, by the way. You don't have to memorize things, but I can try to reason this out. So I do know that like sunlight, thinking about sunlight being absorbed, I would think that when sunlight's absorbed that creates heat. And I know that like when I wear a black shirt or like I drive a black car that absorbs heat more. So I would think that this would probably be black. So I'm correct. My black shirt gets hot in the sun theory has proven true. And now I can go to Harvard in 1926. Okay, subtest 2, let's move on. Find the answers to the problem below as quickly as you can, and you have to do in the margin. Okay, that's fine. The rear wheel of a motorcycle is 6 feet in circumference. The gear wheel attached to this rear wheel has 12 teeth and is driven by a sprocket wheel of 24 teeth. How far does the rear wheel travel for one complete revolution of the sprocket wheel? So this is fun. We have a motorcycle, 2 words, 6 feet in circumference. So this is 6 feet around. So C equals 2 pi r, right? Equals 6, something like that. The gear wheel attached to this rear wheel has 12 teeth. Okay, something like this. And is driven by a sprocket wheel of 24 teeth. How far does the rear wheel travel for one complete revolution of the sprocket wheel? This is hard. Oh, the gear wheel is on the wheel. Okay, so first of all, this is confusing because like gear wheels and sprocket wheels, not exactly my everyday vernacular. Here's my solution. So first of all, I know circumference equals 2 pi r, and I know that my circumference is 6. I read that up here. Second thing, I've got to sort through this gear wheel or sprocket wheel thing. So I'm pretty sure the gear wheel is attached to this rear wheel. So I'm assuming that's in the center of it, right? So this thing has 12 teeth. So when these 12 teeth go 12 teeth around, I go 6 feet around, right? And that's attached to the sprocket wheel, which has 24 teeth. Whenever I have like wheels and gears, there's a 1-to-1 tooth ratio. So if this moves 1 tooth, right? This moves 1 tooth. So if this has 24 teeth, a complete revolution of the sprocket wheel that has 24 teeth is going to push this gear head 24 teeth, okay? And because it has 12 teeth on it, if it's going to travel 24 teeth, that means it's going to travel around twice. So how far does the rear wheel travel? It's going to travel 2 revolutions, right? I didn't even need this actually circumference thing. Actually, you go 1 circumference for every revolution. Every time you go a revolution, right, I go 1 circumference, right? If I put a dot on the top of my tire and then I roll it in a circle, I'm going to end up back on top. The sprocket wheel is driving this wheel. This would be like right next to it. It moves 24 teeth, right? 1 complete revolution of the sprocket wheel is 24 teeth. That means it's moving this gear head 12 teeth. That means it's going to go twice around. So it's going to do 2 revolutions. So then I just do 2 times 6 and I get 12. Cool? Awesome. So far, the math on this I can handle. I don't know about some of those weird vocabulary words though. Okay, each group contains 6 words. 3 of these are related to each other in some definite way. Indicate which 3 are the most closely related by inserting the numbers of those words in the spaces at right. We have belt, textile, sleeve, lapel, men, and collar. So belt you wear. A lapel is part of your shirt, right? Oh, I need 3 that are related. A sleeve is part of your shirt and a collar is part of your shirt. So that's 6, 4, and 3. Mutter pater, sister, descendiente, madre, mère. This is hard because apparently you need to know multiple foreign languages. Mutter is mom in German. Pater is dad in some language. Sister is sister in English. Descendiente, I'm guessing is descendant in like Spanish or Italian. Madre is mom in Spanish. And mere, I'm guessing that's mom? I would guess it's mom. Madre. And mere. Is that mom in like French? Yes, it is mom in French. Mom in foreign languages, so I am correct. It is 1, 5, and 6. So be quadrilingual, and you can get into college in 1926. That's a good one. Okay, now we have, oh my gosh, this is rough. Keats, Petrarch, Schopenhauer, Franklin, Byron, Mendel. Okay, so Keats is a poet. Petrarch, I think he's a poet. Isn't there like a Petrarch, like meter, Petrarchian meter or something? Franklin, I think that's like Benjamin Franklin. He's not a poet. Byron is a poet. Mendel, I feel like, was a scientist, right? Schopenhauer, I don't know who Schopenhauer is. Man, you've got to like be on Jeopardy to get these right, right? So I'm with Keats 1, Petrarch 2, and Byron 5. What do you guys think? But let's look up Schopenhauer. Arthur Schopenhauer was a German philosopher, so he's like Kant or something. So he's a German philosopher. Franklin, come on, that's like Benjamin Franklin, right? Like we're not like morons here, people. And Mendel is like the scientist, right? Mendel did like the genetics. Gregor Mendel, the father of genetics. How'd I do? All right, subtest 5. Each group of 4 words in the 50 lines below contains 2 words which are opposite or nearly opposite in meaning. Find the 2 words that are opposite or nearly and write the numbers of those 2 words. Cool, antonyms, baby. I can do this. Incredible. Fusiform, fabulous. Diplomatic. This one's hard because I've never heard of fusiform in my life. Credible. Credible means believable. Fabulous means awesome. We know fabulous. Diplomatic means very careful about about your words. So I'm pretty sure it's fusiform and something else because I have no clue what fusiform means. No University of Chicago in 1926 for me. Spindle-shaped, tapering at both ends. This is very hard. This is one the super tutor would not get in 1926. So 1926 SAT, you got me. Fabulous. Maybe fabulous means something I didn't know it meant. Having no basis in reality, mythical. Oh. I'm thinking of fabulous as just like, oh, what a fabulous dress you're wearing, right? Oh, they really got me here. It's gonna be 1 and 3. There we go. Subtest number 6, moving on, people. In each line, the numbers are arranged in accordance with some particular scheme. Write in the spaces of the margin the 2 numbers that should come next. So I have 137, 73, 41, 25, 17. 73 times 2 is 146. This would be 82. This times 2 is 50. So this is 50 minus 9. This is 82 minus 9. And this is 146 minus 9. Okay, so if I double this and I subtract 9, I get that. So if I double this, I get 34. I subtract 9, I get that. If I double this, I subtract 9, I get this. So I'm going to do it in the reverse order. I'm going to add 9, and I get 26. And then I'm going to cut it in half, and I get 13. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to add 9 to that, and that gives me 22. And then I'm going to cut that in half, and I get 11. So just finding patterns, and then you do that. Okay, let's look at this. 750, 21, 264, 183, 210. Not an arithmetic sequence. You guys give it a try. Okay, so this definitely isn't an arithmetic sequence, which means we're not adding the same amount over and over again. Could it be a geometric sequence? Maybe, but this is not divisible by this, so I'm like really skeptical on that. And that's all, everything's like integers. This is crazy. Let's try adding all these together. 264, 183, and 21. Let's try that. That's 8. Oh, these are perfect squares. Look, guys, I found a pattern. Okay, so it took me a while, but I'm starting to find a pattern. The difference between these, this minus this is 729, right? This minus this is 243. This minus this is 81. These are all perfect squares, by the way, you guys. This is 9 squared. 243, you know what? I'm going to put this in terms of 3. So this is 3 squared squared, which is 3 to the 4th. So this is 3 to the 4th. This, the difference between these two is 3 to the 5th. The difference between these two is 3 to the 6th. So this is this minus 3 to the 6th is 21. Plus 3 to the 5th is 264. Minus 3 to the 4th is 183. Now, if this pattern holds, I would think I would then do plus 3 to the 3rd, which is 9 times 3, which is 27. This should be plus 27. Oh, I found it, people. Look at that. Super Tutor finds the answer. This is rough, though. If this were in the real SAT, man, this would be tough. Okay, so now we're going to do minus 3 squared, which would be 201. And then we're going to do plus 3, which is 204. There you go, kids. Math fun. And you all are like, OMG. Subtest 8. In each argument below, assume the premise or premises to be true and unquestioned and judge the conclusion in relation to them. So basically what we're going to write here is whether it has to be true, probably false, or we can't tell. Premise. There are 12 months in a year, but Washington and Lincoln were born in the same month, February. Conclusion. The 2 greatest Americans of the next 200 years will be born in February. That is ridiculous. There's 12 months in a year. Both of these guys were born in February, so there's correlation, but the probability that the 2 greatest Americans of the next 200 years will be born in this same month, I would say is probably false, because you only have a 1 in 12 chance of being born in the same month as somebody else, right? And maybe there's some sort of frequency or disposition towards, you know, Sagittariuses or whatever February is. I don't know, Aquarius is being leaders or something weird like that. Who knows? But I don't think it's going to override that 1/12 to be probabilistically more likely. It's probably false, but it could be. There you go, folks. Some questions from the 1926 SAT. I hope you guys had fun. How did you do? How many did you get right? How many did you get wrong? Post in the comments below. Tell us what the hardest question is. Tell us what the easiest question is. If you want to see more questions from the 1926 SAT, because this is so fun, we will put a link to our blog in the description, so go check out our blog. We're gonna link out to even more questions from this exam. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and check out the best ACT and SAT prep courses ever if you're actually trying to get an awesome score on the real test that's out right now. Subscribe to our channel, watch more videos, and we'll see you next time. Bye.